Welcome to Life-Changing Quotes. George Washington, first U.S. President, born February 22, 1703 to died December 14, 1799. It is better to be alone than in bad company. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. 99% of failures come from people who make excuses. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. A sensible woman can never be happy with a fool. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Where is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble? To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. I conceive a knowledge of books is the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. Where are our men of abilities? Why do they not come forth to save their country? Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. We must consult our means rather than our wishes. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few. And let those be well tried before you give them your confidence. To persevere in one's duty, and be silent is the best answer to calumny. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. No punishment, in my opinion, is too great for the man who can build his greatness upon his country's ruin. Be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. I hold the maxim no less applicable to public than to private affairs, that honesty's always the best policy. Death, the abyss from where no traveller is permitted to return. It is absolutely necessary for me to have persons that can think for me, as well as execute orders. I'll die on my feet before I'll live on my knees. Decision making, like coffee, needs a cooling process. A bad war is fought with a good mind. Individuals entering into society must give up a share of liberty to preserve the rest. The basis of our political systems is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. Someday, following the example of the United States of America, there will be a United States of Europe. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few. And let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. George Washington famously warned against ungenerously throwing upon posterity the burden which we ourselves ought to bear. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. If the cause is advanced, indifferent is it to me where or in what quarter it happens. Harmony, liberal intercourse with all nations are recommended by policy, humanity, and interest. A man ought not to value himself of his achievements or rare qualities of wit, much less of his riches, virtue, or kindred. In no instance have the churches been guardians of the liberties of the people. James Madison, U.S. President. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. The great mass of our citizens require only to understand matters rightly, to form right decisions. Being set at meat, scratch not, neither spit, cough, or blow your nose except there's a necessity for it. Much was to be done by prudence, much by conciliation, much by firmness. Speak not evil of the absent, for it is unjust. Every man thinks God is on his side. The rich and powerful know he is gene and will. French dramatist and playwright. Faith, as well intentioned as it may be, must be built on facts, not fiction. Faith in fiction is a damnable false hope. Thomas Edison, American inventor. Creationists make it sound like a theory is something you dreamt up after being drunk all night. Isaac Asimov, Russian-born American author. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. And force, like fire, is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Reason and experience both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail in exclusion of religious principles. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. A knowledge of books is the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. This would be the best of all possible worlds if there were no religion in it. John Adams, US President. Those who have committed no faults want no pardon. We are only defending what we deem our indisputable rights. Make sure you are doing what God wants you to do. Then do it with all your strength. To the distinguished character of patriot, it should be our highest glory to add the more distinguished character of Christian. System to all things is the soul of business. To execute properly and act maturely is the way to conduct it to your advantage. Show not yourself glad at the misfortune of another, though he were your enemy. Be not hasty to believe flying reports to the disparagement of any. Let me now take a more comprehensive view, and warn you in the most solemn manner against the baneful effects of the spirit of party generally. Speak not injurious words, neither in jest nor earnest. Scoff none, although they give occasion. Heard the bullets whistle, and, believe me, there is something charming in the sound. Harrison's 8,400-word inaugural speech was the longest ever, while his 30-day presidency was the shortest. We have probably had too good an opinion of human nature in forming our confederation. Pierce was the first president to affirm, rather than swear his oath. He was also the first to have memorized his inaugural speech. The internet is full of many false and unverified quotes. Freedom and property rights are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Press the bell icon for more motivational videos.